Hello, everyone. Welcome to Healthy Living on Dove Television. It's another time to discuss our health because it's always important to discuss our health. Oftentimes some of us just we sleep, we wake up, we just feel it's normal. It's actually not that normal. Of course, it's normal, but you have to be grateful to God because some of these things are things that, some people find difficult to do. But when you do it easily, appreciate God. When you go to the hospital and you see what people are complaining about, you learn to appreciate God. Somebody was like, you are like this, you don't have a car. You don't have a car, you're complaining. Go to the hospital and see people who have cars, but they can't drive the cars. So be grateful to God for just what you have. And today on Healthy Living, we have an interesting topic to discuss, which will also help us to appreciate God. Oftentimes we eat, we get our food, we put it in our mouth, we chew, we munch, we swallow, we even, you drink water. And some people even go ahead to belch, You think it's not worth thanking God, don't worry. By the time you stay to the end of today's edition, you will know that that is worth thanking God for. By the time we meet our doctor, who's going to be explaining certain things to us, you'll be happy you tuned in and be grateful to God. Once again, I'm Liliane Ogedegbe, and today on Healthy Living, we have one of our regular and in-house doctor. He is a natural health practitioner. He is the senior pastor of Headstone Church in Ilupeju, Lagos, Nigeria. He's an author. He's a conference speaker. He's a real estate practitioner. He's a pastor. He's a father. He's too many to mention. I can't even remember all. Please join me and welcome Dr. Chris William in the building.
Thank you, Lilian.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Always a delight to see you.
Yes, we thank God.
Yes. So, Dr. Chris, what has been happening? What has been happening?
Great things. Great things. God gave us a word at the beginning of the year and is fulfilling it.
Amen.
He promised us great grace.
Yes.
And we'll sing great grace showing up on all fronts amongst the people of God in their lives and in our lives too.
All glory to God.
By the way, your Fulani headgear is really nice.
Thank you so much,
You resemble them. Maybe they should come and take you.
I will go there to do ministry and go there as a missionary.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you so much, sir, for honoring our invitation.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
So today on Healthy Living, we have an interesting topic to discuss, and that is reflux disease. Reflux disease. What do you know about that? Well, just stick around. When we come back after the exercise break, we'll be discussing that in a few minutes from now. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this exercise break.
Here is your throw pillow. Welcome to another fitness moment with Mercy Agbola. Today, we are going to be doing some exercises with your throw pillows. If you don't have throw pillow, well, you can get any other object. So, let's go. Raise it up. Do you know that throw pillow are meant to be thrown? All right, raise it up. Chest out. Then we count 20 counts downwards. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to have a beautiful motion now. So just follow me. 15 counts. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Enjoy it. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10. 5 more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your hand by stretching it this way, still with the throw pillow. Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pick it up. We go for the next leg now. Here we go. You are bringing it behind your foot. We go. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. You prepare to go for the next one? Do you want to stretch your hands a little? Just do this. Beautiful. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Here we go. Pick it up. Behind. 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 Oh, we go. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't be tired. Embrace it a little. Stretch your hands. Just stretch it a little. Relax. Relax with it. Relax with it. Beautiful. All right, bring the two legs together now. This is what we're going to do. Your throw pillow before you. I don't want to see your face now. I want to see your throw pillow. Beautiful. So we go this way. 1, 2. We are going 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please give me 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's so beautiful. Sometimes these throw pillow exercises are also flat tummy exercises, and the more you do it, the more you feel shrink in your tummy fat. And here we go. So thank you. This is a very, very beautiful time doing throw pillow exercises. Feel free, feel good to do it, even on your couch, in your rooms, any point in time of the day. See you again. I'm by name Mercy Agbola. Bye.
Health tips for today. Make sure to go for regular checkups. Pay attention to your environment to make it as healthy as possible. Good posture. Pay attention to your posture while sitting, standing, and moving to prevent back and neck pain. Eat whole food and a lot of fresh fruits. Ensure to avoid processed foods. Remove all tripping hazards from your home to prevent falls, thereby making your house or home safe.
Welcome back from that exercise break, and now you know that you can do some of these things on your own at all times, just when you can. You're watching Healthy Living live from the studios of Dove TV here at the Redemption City in Nigeria, and it's about time for us to have a conversation today on the topic reflux disease. Joining me in the studio is Dr. Chris William. He is the senior pastor of Headstone Church in Ilupeju, Lagos, Nigeria. He's also a natural health practitioner, and today he'll be talking to us all we need to know about reflux disease. Doctor, you're welcome once again.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome, sir. So as we kickstart the conversation, we'd like to talk to God in short words of prayers. We'd like you to please lead us.
Lord, we are grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for today's episode. Thank you for your hand is already on it. Thank you because your people are already blessed and empowered as they watch. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So this edition is also streaming live via our social media platforms. You can watch us on Facebook and also on YouTube using the handle at Dove Television. You can also follow us on X and also on Instagram using the handle at Dove TV. Now, OH Prime TV is just right there staring at you. So please visit your Google Play Store or Apple Play Store and download OH Prime TV so you can watch Dove Television on the go. There are more than 100 stations right there in OH Prime TV that you can watch. We have Dove Africa, we have Dove Entertainment, Dove Expression, Dove Events, and also channels for kids. About 10 channels for kids that you can watch there. So take advantage of that. It's also low data, okay? You can enjoy it having a low data, and you'll be glad you did. God bless you so much. Now get your cell phones handy so when the time is right for you to call in, please feel free to call and ask questions. We're looking at reflux disease. Reflux disease, doctor, is what we're looking at. And when I heard it, when I asked you and you said, Lillian will be looking at reflux disease, I was like, reflux disease, what exactly? What is reflux disease?
Okay, so thank you. Reflux disease is better known.
Yes.
Or more fully known as gastroesophageal reflux disease. Okay, it's a chronic disease in which the stomach acid, that's the acid in the stomach or the bile, flows back into the esophagus and irritates the lining of the esophagus. So that gives the symptoms that comes with reflux disease. The stomach acid or the bile flows back into the esophagus. Esophagus, by the way, is we have two pipes in the throat area. Okay. The throat itself, that's the windpipe, and then the food pipe. Okay, so esophagus is the food pipe. Acid flows back into it, irritating the esophagus, and then it causes all the symptoms that it is. About 1.5 million people are diagnosed with it in Nigeria yearly.
Oh,
so
really?
It's quite a common disease. Quite a common disease. All right. So the symptoms are by reason of what I just described earlier. Number one, there's the reflux itself. That some people, I'm sure you may have known some people, sometimes they just feel something, a very bitter acid, a very bitter liquid come back into their mouth, or they just feel some bitterness flow back into their mouth. That's what we call reflux. Okay, so that's what happens. Okay, but as the reflux is going on continuously, it will irritate that esophageal lining and cause pain there. So these persons will be having reflux. They will also have pain, chest pain, or abdominal ache. Okay, that's the upper abdominal pain, the one that we know in ulcer. It also can happen in GERD. Wow. So GERD and ulcer are almost like in the same family. So those are the symptoms. Other symptoms are the person can have cough. By reason of that lining, it can begin to cause the person to have cough. The person will be woken up by this pain. Sometime it's worse at night. Maybe around like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. in the middle of the night, the person will wake up. Okay, so some other symptoms, I've talked about the chest pain. Okay, I've talked about the cough, swallowing. So they can have issues with swallowing. When they swallow, they feel pain. And then it can get so worse that swallowing becomes literally impossible for the person. And then sometimes they feel like there's a lump in their throat. So they are trying to cough it out. Really, there's no lump there, but the sensation, they have the
just
sensation of...
that there might just be a lump because of the pain
because of
feel.
all the things going on in the esophagus. All right, so those are the things. I've talked about cough, and then they can lose their voice because the vocal cords can become inflamed. Okay, they can lose their voice, and then if somebody has been having asthma, it can worsen it.
Is that what we say? I have throat pain. I think there's like I have throat pain.
Okay.
Is that when somebody has throat pain, can we say this person is going through GERD?
It can be a sign. Okay. A symptom, of esophageal disease. Okay. It can also be another thing. Okay. So they can have the pain
Chest
in
pain.
the chest pain. They can have throat pain. They can have cough. They can lose their voices, and then generally heartburns. You know, they always complain something is peppering me here, is burning me here. Those are the symptoms. Now, what are the causes? It is caused, like I said, by the fact that gas, acid, actually, in a gaseous form, floats back into the esophagus. Sometimes it even reaches the mouth, and the person will feel it in their mouth. So it's caused by that. So another cause is, so that's the bottom line cause. So what are the things that leads to this? Number one, excessive acid in the stomach. If somebody is living his life in such a way that he secretes a lot of acid. So you see, the stomach is an acidic environment. When you eat food, some acid is secreted in order for you to burn the food.
Right.
Okay, so when you eat foods that need plenty of acids, one can begin to have it. Also, if you eat foods that are acidic themselves in their nature, foods like animal proteins, like sweet things, it can also lead to that. Okay, so acid reflux, and then sometimes there's a sphincter. A sphincter is like a door. A sphincter is like a door. I'm looking for an example. So it is when you swallow, the esophagus has a door into the stomach.
Right.
It's like a door into the stomach.
Right.
The door has to open for food to enter it.
Yeah.
And then immediately food falls into the stomach, the door closes back. Okay. Now, when this sphincter becomes weak, such that it is permanently open, it can cause acid to freely flow back into the esophagus.
Why will it be weak in the first place?
Okay, it can be weakened by the plenty of acid inside it, because this is the stomach, this is the esophagus.
Right.
This is the esophagus, this is the stomach.
Right.
So the plenty of acid here can burn it.
Oh, okay.
Can burn it and destroy it, and then it becomes weakened. Okay, there's another disease that can also cause it, scleroderma. It can lead to that. Okay, so those are the things that causes it. Plenty of acid in the stomach, one way or the other, whether by eating plenty of acidic foods or by secreting a lot of acids. There are also situations that make us secrete a lot of acid. Stress is an acidifying situation. Okay, not resting well secretes a lot of acid. Okay, things like obesity, these are the risk factors. Pregnancy, women, some of our viewers who are watching, when women are pregnant, a number of them, I will not be able to put a percentage to it now, they feel reflux disease, because as the baby is growing there's some kind of pressure being mounted on the stomach, and as the pressure is mounting on the stomach, the acid will be escaping back into the esophagus. Okay, so
That's I'm trying to understand. Are you saying that when somebody eats food,
yes,
the food is not digested?
Yes.
The food goes into my mouth.
Yes.
And then goes down through the esophagus
into the stomach.
Into the stomach. Are you not saying
the collection point? Yes.
Yes. Are you not saying that it does not digest? So by the time it comes back and it begins to hurt my esophagus.
It's not the food.
It's not the food. Okay.
It's the acid. So when food falls into the stomach,
yes, sir,
the body secretes acid. It pours acid on it.
Oh, okay.
It's the acid that digests, that breaks down the food. Now, when the acid that is poured on it is too much, some of the acid can escape back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and of course, as the food is being processed, it can also escape with it. So some people don't.
So they might just regurgitate.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Regurgitation
Okay,
and all that. And then
there.
some people, when they regurgitate, it's not sweet. It's actually bitter. It's bile. Some people even spit it out, and it is greenish in nature. So obesity, pregnancy can risk factors. And then delayed stomach emptying. When somebody is constipated, takes like 7 days to go to the toilet. Takes like 5 days to go to the toilet. So the place is already congested. As more food is trying to come in, if at the port, for instance, there's a strike at the port, and the rate at which they are clearing the goods is slowed down, any other goods that are coming in will have to line up.
Right.
The same way, if the fecal matters are not being released when due, there will be a piling up, and then before you know, it can get there, and then it can cause that. So delayed stomach emptying can cause it. And then I talked about scleroderma. Scleroderma is a connective tissue disease. It can weaken the sphincter, esophageal sphincter that I talked about. What are aggravating factors? Drinking of taking tablets, NSAID tablets. NSAIDs mean non-steroidal anti-inflammatory disease. Okay, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Drugs like aspirin, ibuprofen, tabalone, all those powerful painkiller drugs. So prolonged taking of them can actually cause, because they are very strongly acidic. They are very strongly acidic. They increase the acid inside the stomach, and then it can begin to cause that. Smoking also can aggravate GERD. Eating too large foods. Okay. So from what I'm explaining, if somebody is used to eating plenty of food, such that the stomach is filled, every corner of the stomach is filled with food when somebody eats, when an individual eats, then of course it's easier for food mixed with acid to flow back into the stomach.
So you're advising people now to eat little?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Eating, not overeating, is a very healthy practice. Overeating is a very terrible practice. Which one
is overeating? 3 times a meal? Or is it the quantity? What is overeating?
Both the quantity and the frequency. Somebody eats, and you are now, after eating, you are planning on how to stand up. Wow. You know some people, I used to eat like that growing up.
This is like eating to stupor.
Yes, that the person, he wants to stand up, but he's making plans because he's too heavy for his, so somebody sit at one go and he eats the food that like 3 or 4 persons will eat at the same time. That's not good.
I have a cousin who went to a party. It was a buffet, and he ate this, he ate that, he ate. I was like, they said we should eat, and he ate and ate and
then he started running stomach.
Oh my God! And toilet was his best friend for a couple of days.
So what happens is when you have overeaten, okay. So sometimes when you are blending something,
right?
If you overfill the blender with stuff, you find out that the engine will not be able to work. It will be very difficult. So you have to remove some, and then the rolling blade will start rolling. Same way, you put too much food into the stomach, because digestion happens by steering the food, just like washing machine. You know how washing machine works. It throws around the cloth. That's how it's washing. So throwing around the food, mixing it with acid, that's how digestion takes place. So when you overeat at one go, digestion is so very tampered with, and then it can lead to that. So eating too large food portions, then eating late at night. Why late at night? You don't eat and roll to bed. That's the catch there. Eat and then just move into bed. It's not the timing per se. It's the fact that the next thing somebody will do after eating is go to sleep. Some people will even sleep off while trying to eat. That food will not be properly digested.
How long does it take my food to get digested?
It takes about 3 hours for digestion to take place. Okay. And then eating fried or fatty foods can also aggravate it. And then drinking coffee and alcohol.
Wow.
Yes. I don't know if you have a question or I should continue.
No, you can continue.
Okay, so
my concern is right now that we are looking at a disease that has to do with indigestion,
yes,
or the process of digesting the food in my system not properly done.
Yes.
And that's, people can experience heartburn, because of the movements at the esophagus there. Yes. So they can have heartburn, they can have chest pain, they can have throat pain.
Yes.
I'm not like, okay, as a healthy person, what am I supposed to do? How do I check my system that I am okay? How do I even know that, yes, I'm eating the right food, my system is functioning well, the machines are working?
We'll get to that in a bit, okay? So these things, because the next thing I wanted to talk is the complication. It matters a lot.
Okay.
So 3 of them if somebody is having chronic GERD, reflux disease, is chronic, continues year after year, it can actually lead to esophageal cancer.
Whoa.
Yes.
What is that?
Cancer of the esophagus.
Okay.
So the esophagus is inflamed, number one, and then after some time, if it doesn't change, the esophagus does not get time to heal. It can, not every time, it can transmutate into cancer of the esophagus. And then also it can lead to stricture of the esophagus. Stricture is, so the esophagus is a pipe.
Yes.
Food passes it.
Yeah.
After some time, all that inflammation.
I wish you can have a picture to just help us understand this esophagus
Yes.
thing. Okay.
Let them put it up if they have one. So if all that inflammation over the years, over the months, can cause it to constrict.
Okay.
So we call that stricture of the esophagus. And then, I said earlier that somebody, one of the symptoms is pain on swallowing.
Can this help us understand? This is like the truth of a person. Okay.
Yes. This is not too clear. It's not showing the esophagus proper.
Okay.
It's not showing the esophagus proper. Now, so after some time, the person now really begins to feel pain on swallowing. Even if they swallow spit, they will feel a lot of pain because that place has been narrowed. Then it's a pipe that stretches and relaxes. Now, it can also lose its elasticity, and then it causes a lot of pain. So how do you manage? That's what you were asking. Yeah. Number one, eating right. We're coming back to where we always pass through every time.
Yes.
Okay, reducing eating of animal proteins.
Yes, coming back to Dr. Chris and be like, at this point, somebody watching be like, okay, now Dr. Chris has come now. Yes.
I know.
Don't eat animal protein. So all of the chicken.
Or eat it less.
Okay, eat less. Okay, maybe this sounds a little nice now. Nicer now to
eat it less. Don't overeat it. Okay. Because proteins need acid to be digested. You understand? When you eat protein, it summons a lot of acid into your stomach, okay? So reducing it, eat fish, okay? And then pastas and pastries, reduce them. Fried things. This is why people who have ulcer, when they eat fried things, it looks like they want to go to heaven. Because at that point, all the acid inside the body, not all the acid, plenty of acid is pumped into the stomach and then it begins to cause pain. So taking away eating of fried things, taking away eating of sweet things, especially somebody who is dealing with GERD. Lillian, what we are saying here is not a joke. People who suffer this, when it is hunger time, that's they are hungry and they have to eat, they go into a panic. Because it is torture time. You look forward to eating. Mm-hmm. For them, they wish that their body could
open and
get into a state where it's no longer hungry. Because eating to them is torture. Okay? And then staying away from coffee and alcohol. So these prices are not too high for somebody who is dealing with these things to do. Okay, they are not too high in any way. So eating right and then eating light. We have talked about that. Eating light. Like I said, I used to suffer this. And yes, I used to suffer this.
Well, somebody in my office was telling me, one of the interns that was helping me while we were thinking about today's topic, and he was like, oh my God, this is what I was going through, some years back. I was like, no, we are not discussing you right now. We are discussing what doctor is coming to talk about.
I loved food.
Okay.
In my way, I say I didn't finish eating. The food finished. Because in our house, okay, I will explain. In our house, you could go back to the pot and take more and take more and take more if you want. That's how we grew up. Okay. I'm not sure not many families can live like that now.
That's why you're into farming now.
So I mean, I will go back until the pot is clear. Okay, so I grew up like that, and my parents were indulging me. After some time, I began to have this. And then when I began to practice this, I found out the thing just cleared. It was a lot of discipline, reorientating myself, not eating a whole lot. Okay, so eating light, eating earlier in the evening, or when you have to eat at night, don't just roll into bed. Get on the street and take a stroll. walk about 20 to 30 minutes, 20 minutes to 20 minutes back. That way you would have burned some of you would have facilitated the digestion, and then it will be better than you just rolled into bed. Then drinking a lot of water.
I was going to say
alkaline water.
Yes. Not just any kind of water.
Alkaline
How do I
water.
alkalinize my water?
We're dealing with acid here.
Yeah.
You alkalize your water by adding some lemon to it, or getting alkaline drops and then put it to it. And then some people use alkalizing machines and all that. When you alkalize it, it dilutes the acid. Okay, so that's that. So those are ways of managing it. Exercising helps. Exercising after food and exercising regularly as a person. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night. Walking is miraculous. I wanted to say magical. Walking is miraculous to our health. Walking is, somebody said, is one of the best medicines that anybody can ever put into their body. Walking. So people, especially on a campus like this, where it's safe to walk around, oh wow, it's amazing. Just walking. Other things control stress, sleep well at night, and then there are some calmatives. Magnesium is a calmer. You can't sleep very well. Take magnesium, chamomile tea, relaxing tea, and that's that.
All right, doctor. So how do I know, apart from the visible symptoms, you know, that, okay, there's a chest pain, maybe there is a pain in your abdomen or something.
Yes.
What are the other symptoms that I might notice? You know, that there are some things you just check yourself, like, hey, the way I'm watching you, you need to, you know, apart from, because, you know, doctors will tell us that before something becomes visible, before you notice it, it might have gone so far. So what are the things I need to actually check myself, you know, to know that, okay, I think something is actually wrong with my system?
So if you have heartburns,
okay,
and that's regurgitation, you gave it the right name, regurgitation, reflux. More than twice a week, you are already beginning to deal with gastroesophageal reflux disease.
So what do I do when I notice that?
You check it. Pay attention to all these things we have said. I want to believe that when people listen, they take notes, okay? Or you call out for help, okay? Classical, there's this condition, except at the extreme cases that you need endoscopy for them to put a camera inside your mouth and then be viewing your esophagus and your stomach. Initially, it's just the symptoms that we have talked about. You know, heartburns, reflux, you are having chest pain, you are having coughing. Sometimes the voice is becoming seizing and all that, and then coughs. That's all. Those are the symptoms and signs of reflux disease.
So maybe one of the ways to actually prevent this is by me going about with my water everywhere to just keep
awesome.
me,
3 liters of water daily.
Okay.
How do you ensure you drink plenty of water? When you wake up in the morning, even before you eat, drink water. 1 or 2 glasses. 3 glasses of water make 1 liter. So if you drink 2 glasses, you have almost done 1 liter. After you eat, sometime after you eat, make sure you drink water. When you are thirsty, drink water. But more importantly, carry water along everywhere. You are in your office, on your table, let there be a bottle of water. When your eye catches sight of the water, take it and sip some. Okay? Not only in this, in almost every... I've found 3 things common that helps every disease. Eating right, that includes drinking enough water, doing exercises. There's no disease that they can say if you do exercises, it will get worse, or if you eat right, it will get worse. So you drink enough water, at least 3 or 4 liters water daily, it will help you. The water will also digest, it will dilute the stomach acid. Remember, excessive stomach acid is what's causing the confusion. You take plenty of water, it dilutes it.
How long does it take to get treated? If somebody comes to you and somebody is down with GERD, the gastroesophageal
amazing.
reflux, how long does it take to get
fantastic.
treated?
If it is just starting,
yes,
there has not been severe damages of the esophageal lining. Guess how many days? 3 days, the person will start feeling well.
That's nice.
3 days, because the lining of the esophagus, of the gastrointestinal system, usually they get replaced. Right. between 3 to 7 days. So in 3 days, the person begins to feel better.
Okay,
Yes.
I understand that we need to go on a quick break. At this time, when we come back, our phone line will now be opened and displayed on your TV screen so you can call and ask the doctor your questions. Please stay with us. Healthy Living will be right back after this time out.
Health tips for today. Make sure to go for regular checkups. Pay attention to your environment to make it as healthy as possible. Good posture. Pay attention to your posture while sitting, standing, and moving to prevent back and neck pain. Eat whole food and a lot of fresh fruits. Ensure to avoid processed foods. Remove all tripping hazards from your home to prevent falls, thereby making your house or home safe.
Welcome back. You're watching Healthy Living on Dove Television, and today we are looking at reflux disease, one of those diseases that if you don't understand the meaning of thankfulness, of gratitude, when you know what reflux disease is, you will learn to be appreciative to God that you can drink water and you are okay. You can eat your food and they can get digested. You are just okay. It's worth thanking God for. And that's what we are meant to understand, that reflux disease is, one of those diseases that affect our esophagus. By the time you take your food, it goes down due to the acidic nature of, the system. If that food is not well digested, it might spring up a little. It's not even spring up. It's the acid that comes up, and then it causes this heartburn and some of the symptoms that we might just come down with. So at this time, our phone line is now opened. Feel free to call the line showing on your TV screen for call. You can also send us an SMS. God bless you so much. We still have in the studio Dr. Chris William. Doctor, I was trying with you that thanking God for everything. One of the testimonies that was shared in church one time was that somebody drank one of these soft drink or carbonated drink, and then I think they said the drink went to the wrong channel. I didn't even know there are channels in our truth, or channels that it went to the wrong channel, and that was how they rushed the person to the hospital. It was by grace, prayers, that the person survived. Awesome. And we're like, you drink water, you open your drink, and you just drink, and you feel it's just normal.
It's amazing.
It's just amazing.
At the neck here are two pipes.
Okay.
The wind pipe and the food pipe.
Okay.
The food pipe is the esophagus. The wind pipe, which is the trachea, is where, as you breathe in, the air passes. So what happened to that guy is, as he drank the stuff, it entered into the windpipe. And sometimes that's what happens when we are eating and then maybe we are talking and then we start coughing. But what may have happened for him is that plenty entered and it became a dire emergency. Okay, so as simple as it is, close neighbors. If the thing leaves this one and enters where it should not enter, it's another thing entirely. Some people have been swallowing and then something will enter into the windpipe and it's a big, massive emergency.
A big, massive emergency. All right, we'd like to begin to take calls at this time. I have this message here, and this person says, good morning, doctor.
Yes.
This person is writing from Uyo, in Nigeria. He says, please, what is the cause of urinating up to 4 times in the night while you only took a sachet of water? Okay. In fact, the reason why I don't take too much water is just for this reason. Now, this person is 61 years old, and the person awaits your quick response.
Okay, but
the person takes...
It will help if I know whether the person is a woman or a man. Okay, let me deal with the two. If this is
put your name or your gender.
If this is a man...
Okay, sir.
So it needs to be bothered about either he has prostate enlargement, or he has diabetes, or there's an infection in his bladder, in his urinary system. Okay, either infection, urinary system, kidney down, fasting, diabetes, and then prostate. So for him to know whether it's prostate or not, he needs to see a doctor. They will examine him from the rectum and then also do a prostate-specific antigen test. They can, for diabetes, to rule out diabetes, they will do a fasting blood sugar, and then infection, they will do a urine MCS for him. So if it's a woman, it can be diabetes, it can also be infection, and then it can also be a sign of menopause.
Wow.
Yes, at menopause, some women begin to be.
Okay, she's a woman. She said,
yes,
I'm a woman. Okay.
Yeah, they begin to be incontinent. Okay, and then they have issues with holding urine.
Oh.
The bladder actually contracts. It reduces in size, so they can hold plenty of urine.
Let's even talk about this menopause thing. You know, for women, how should women prepare for menopause?
Live right.
I ran into my pastor's wife, I guess last month or so, and she changed in my eyes. No, the first time I saw her, she was looking different. She looked shrinked, she looked older, she looked different. I didn't have the courage to ask her, Mommy, what's happening? So I said I was going to ask my pastor. They were my former pastors anyway. So I said I was going to ask when they come back for the next month's program. But I couldn't also ask the man. So I took up the courage to ask the man. I was like, Mommy, what's wrong? That you look different in my eye. Your change was like, I thought you won't ask. Because we live in the same neighborhood. Like, I thought you won't ask. It's actually menopause. So I said menopause. She said she was looking so different, so dried up. She was like, it's menopause. So it's just a matter of time, that she would, get over it. I was like, I was scared.
So what to do? I mean, some persons have it so very rough with menopause.
Yes.
They are in and out of hospital almost every other week. And this can continue for years. Okay, so what to do is from long before you get to that age, begin to eat right, live right. Okay, because some of these abuses we do to our body is going into the front to wait for us. Not only for women, even men. Men also have andropause, but the effects of change of hormone in men is not as bad as in women.
Men will just move on. Their case is not like women's
But
case.
then it shows up.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let me take this call. Do we have a caller? Hello? Hello? Are you still there? Oh, so sorry. I apologize for keeping you waiting. Please call us back. Thank you. Now, this person says, how do we deal with, I'm not sure how to pronounce this word. Is it hiatal hernia or something? Hiatalus.
Yes.
This is Meg from Lagos.
Okay, so hiatal hernia is the stomach. So there's the chest and there's the abdomen. There's something that separates them called the diaphragm.
Okay.
But somehow in hiatal hernia there's a weakness in the diaphragm. So part of the stomach gets pushed into the chest wall. And then it has signs and symptoms similar to GERD or ulcer. Sometimes, so the doctor has to really be good to be able to suspect it. So that's why after some time, doctor will say the person should go and do some scan or something, and then they'll be able to suspect it. So how to deal with it is, if you agree, they can do surgery for you and close the place. Okay? But if not, practicing all this can also help. So long as you reduce intake and formation of acid in you, your symptoms will go down little by little.
Right. Okay, let me take this call. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us live. What's your name? Hello? Are you still there? Hello, you're live in the studios. Hello? All right, we can't hear you. Please call us back. Thank you. So the 61-year-old woman who wrote to us that says that she takes just a sachet of water and she urinates more than 4 times a day. So she said, what's your advice?
Okay, so my advice is she should check up herself. See a doctor and then let them do some tests for her. They need to do a urine MCS for her. They need to do a fasting blood sugar. Then that way we'll be able to eliminate infection or diabetes, and then we'll know whatever it's coming from. But it's not normal to urinate 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night. It's not normal.
Okay. Now, this person says, doctor, for some time, this person has been experiencing dryness of throat.
Okay.
When this person drinks excess of water, it will stop.
Okay. Maybe dehydration. So drink more water. That's what that's telling you.
All right. Good morning, doctor. Please, what makes one's feet to be hot?
Okay. Neuropathy. Neuropathy. If you are 35 and above, I think you should do a fasting blood sugar and then check your blood pressure. Blood pressure, chronic hypertension can lead to neuropathy. Diabetes chronic can also lead to neuropathy.
Okay.
Yes.
Chidi has written to us from Lagos. This person says, please, sir, what can cause pain by the left lung cage without a fall? Also, the operation line for childbirth for 24 years just started paining peppishly.
Interesting. Okay, so that can be ulcer. She's talking about pain here.
Okay.
In the left side of the chest. It can be ulcer. It can also be GERD. Okay, so if you see a doctor, they will be able to rule out some things, either do a test for you and then tell which one. They will be able to palpate you depending on where is the pain going to the back, is there tenderness and all that. For the scar that's just beginning to pain
After 24
you,
years.
yes, sometimes it happens.
Oh.
So some persons will just begin to feel itching.
Itchy, yes,
there.
yes.
Okay. I will say if it's really getting bad, and maybe you should see a doctor, and then they will know what to do about it.
All right, thank you, doctor. Now, for somebody, what's the remedy for someone with BP 125/95?
No remedy.
125/95.
That's normal blood pressure.
Okay.
Normal.
So that's normal if you're
That's
who
normal
wrote to
blood
us.
pressure. Yes.
All right, good morning, doctor. Please, doctor, I want to know why food is not always digesting fast in this person's system. And for 2 to 3 days, the person have not been able to go to toilet.
Simple.
Aging.
So where to start from? Increase your water intake. Okay. Make sure you take about 2 to 3 liters of water daily, and then also decongest your intestines. Eat a lot of vegetables.
Okay.
Okay. Or you take tiger nut and coconut chaff, like I've taught over the years, and then you put it in water and you drink it.
Okay.
Blend tiger nut and coconut, throw the water away, or somebody else.
No, don't throw the water away.
Okay.
Keep it for a visitor.
Dry it very well, and then you put 2 to 3 tablespoons in a cup of water, drink it every morning. When you decongest that place, it can resolve indigestion. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. This person says, good morning, doctor. How early can a person eat at night, and how can I avoid having a pot belly? Thank you, sir.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Eat 6 p.m., 7 p.m. And then if you are dealing with protruding stomach, one of the best exercises is sit-ups. Sit-up exercises. You lie down and then you take yourself up and all that.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, doctor. This person says, please, what could be the reason for regurgitation? It could be disgusting, chewing back what one has swallowed. This is Sunday from Delta State.
What we just discussed.
Yeah. All right, doctor. This person says the person's mom's sugar level is okay, but she urinates up to 5 times before day breaks. Please, what can be done?
Please let them screen mama very well.
Okay.
Yes.
How can ulcer be diagnosed?
Simple. Heartburns, pain in the upper part of the stomach, it radiating to the back. It gets worse soon after you eat, or sometimes when you have not eaten for some time. If you take water, it can get worse. It can be diagnosed like that.
Okay. Let's see if we can take call directly here. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. What's your name? Where have you called us from?
Okay, Mrs. Vivian calling from Abuja.
All right, Vivian from Abuja. Go on your live with us.
Okay, I'm watching the program now, reflux disease.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
I want to ask a question. For children, what makes their feces, that's when they defecate, everywhere will be smelling? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So whenever they defecate, the whole house will be smelling and the feces will be dark. So what's really the cause?
That child is constipated.
Thank you so much, Vivian. Please hang up and listen.
The child is constipated.
Okay.
Okay, so increase his water intake. Make sure you increase his vegetables intake. And then what I just said about fiber of tiger nut and coconut. If somebody defecates and everywhere is smelling, it's because the thing has stayed inside his body for a long time, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Okay, so decongest that place, and then the child will do well.
All right. But
When he eats oranges, when he sucks oranges, let him eat the fiber inside it, all that.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. But poo must smell, sha. Or it shouldn't smell.
No,
It
doesn't
shouldn't-
follow.
It shouldn't. Okay.
It doesn't follow at all. If you put 3 to 4 times a day, he can't smell. It's remnant of food.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This person says, good morning, doctor. This person has written to us from Adamawa State and says, is it normal for a white fluid to emerge from urination in a man?
No, so those are the seminal fluid coming along with the urine. Okay, so the person is having they call it retrograde ejaculation. Okay, so the sperm is going from the sperm sac into the bladder. So either of two things in this person. Number one is either he's not sexually active, there's an full of the sperm sac, and that's why it's flowing back into the bladder. Or there's a blockade. If he's sexually active, that's if he's married and is having whatever regularly. So there's a blockade of the pathway from which it passes to come out. So see a doctor, and then they will be able to help you.
Okay, thank you so much, doctor. We have a few minutes to wrap up. I'm trying to see if I can take all of the messages here. Good morning, doctor. Can adenomyosis, I don't know, cause reflux or overgas? I'm not sure I'm able to pronounce it.
Adenomyosis.
Yes. Can it cause reflux or overgas? What is the remedy?
Well, if you have reflux, I'm not sure it's the adenomyosis.
What's even adenomyosis? What is it?
It's a connective tissue disease, where I don't quite know which part. Okay, but it is not, so it's not related. They can be two different things together. Yes.
All right, thank you so much, doctor. Let's see if we can take just the last call. Hello? Hello? Morning to you. Could you speak up so we can hear you after you have muted the volume? Okay. Please speak up so we can hear you. Right, apologize. I have to just let you go because we have just a few minutes to wrap up. Now, somebody says, good morning, doctor. Please, I have this swell in my right mouth. It's close to that bell. It's close to that bell. I don't really know the name in my mouth. Please, doctor, what causes it? I can't be able to swallow spit and food. It's always painful. Don't know if this makes sense to you.
I didn't get it.
Right.
Yes.
Just in case I'm not able to convey your message, please, doctor's number will be displayed now on your TV screen. So we'd like you to please reach him just after the program. You can reach Dr. Chris Williams. Good morning, sir. This is Angela from Port Harcourt. She says, please, sir, what causes protein in urine and the treatment for it?
So maybe an infection or a damage to the kidneys. Okay, so this person really needs to see a doctor so that they will assume treatment.
All right, this person says, good morning, doctor. The person always notices that his or her stomach is always hot, like there is a fire in the stomach, even after the person has eaten. So the person notices this sign. When I notice this sign, I will eat and I will stop. Please, what can I do to stop it
So it can
permanently?
be GERD, it can be ulcer.
Right.
Many of the things we have said here will help the person.
Okay, I've just been signaled we need to leave the studio at this moment, but we just thank God for what we have been able to learn today. And for all of you that have written to us and have called, God bless you. You can contact Dr. Chris Williams just after the program for other further inquiries. Dr. Chris, thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time.
Thank you.
Could you please lead us in short words
Lord,
of prayers?
we are grateful. Thank you for how it went today. Thank you for helping us. We commit your people in your hands and we'll join our faith with them to receive full healing in Jesus' name.
Amen. God bless you, Dr. Chris, for
Thank you.
always honoring the invitation.
Thank you.
Our guest today has been Dr. Chris William. He's the senior pastor of Headstone Church and also a natural health practitioner. I'm Lillian Ogedegbe. Thank you so much for being a part of today's edition, looking at the topic, reflux disease. On behalf of the production crew, God bless you. Stay healthy. I'll see you next time. And relax. It is important. Thank you, sir.